Unassigned skill points. Queek. What do we want for Queek?
Cocaine sorting +4.
Make examples gives us loyalty, leadership, causes fear. That's just a frenzy. Casualty, okay. Unit experience, recruitment time. Public order would be quite nice. Does that do... That's pretty good. That's alright. Sorry, I'm just... might take a bit of time. That's quite useful. Once you get to the second tier. I think I'm just gonna go to... Yeah, I'm just gonna go down this way. Alright. Is there anything I can do to get food? Oh, here we go. Okay, that will perform that right. I should have done that earlier. That's just me being dumb.
Yeah. What?
The dominating scheme gives food generated 1, growth +40, public order, and minus recruitment cost.
Yeah, that seems pretty good. Why didn't you do that?
Because I'm stupid, okay?
It gives you so much gold you can afford to lose a bunch of ghoul packs and keep everyone off balance. It's true. Dildo Shitman got a black cat.
I don't know if you played it originally, but this War of Mine just released a new update, DLC.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Did you play that originally?
I did not play that originally.
Okay. Have you played it at all?
I have not played it.
That seems like the kind of game I'd expect you to play, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it is the kind of game that I would normally play. I do not know why I didn't play it.
Huh.
I think I was just playing something else at the time.
Yeah, that's one of the problems with Twitch is, you know, streaming on Twitch is like, sometimes if you're playing for a game, that's going to take up all of your stream, you know?
Yeah, and you just miss stuff.
Yeah. But then again, you know, that's the same with YouTube. Just
yeah, I mean, you have a finite amount of time.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, just life, really.
That's life.
It is indeed life.
You are talking?
Not yet.
They haven't...
this will be their first turn with attrition.
Okay.
So I'm going to let them, you know, hit some attrition, and then we'll attack them. I mean, it's 50-50. I definitely could have attacked them, but yeah. I want to be able to take the next city as well.
Yeah, you don't want too many casualties to slowing you down.
Since I'm already going to have to deal with attrition, I was just like, I'd rather let them starve and then murder them.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, still not attacking me.
That's good, isn't it?
I mean... kind of?
Do you want them to attack you?
Kind of.
Why don't you attack them?
I don't trust the fight. With my leadership as shit... You remember what the leadership was like in Bretonnians? And they ran so easily.
Yeah, when we did not understand how the Bretonnians worked.
Yeah.
And we got no honor, and they broke almost immediately every fight. We decided that it was absolutely not playable.
Well, it was playable, just not the way we were playing it, unfortunately.
Well, we got to a point where it wasn't playable anymore because every army we had broke immediately because they had like -40 leadership in every fight.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't great. No. Not even a little bit great.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no no no. Oh no 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 no.
Okay.
So I mean they're surrounding Numis, man? Are you just letting Numis fall?
Pretty much.
Well, what are you gonna do, dude? Like, you're not gonna fix your food problem by just sitting there.
Well, they've got 2 armies who reward me. I figure I'd wait till at least one of them attack Numas, and then maybe sneaky kill the first army, and then run away with some food, and then sneaky kill the second army, and then start doing stuff. If I risk too much, I lose everything.
You know what? That sounds like a really good strategy, and
it's a very Skaven strategy.
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna leave you to it. I'm gonna let you finish, but. So I've managed to just march my second army over here now. So
sure, yeah, just fuck it.
So now I have a very sizable advantage. Let's go. Oh shit! I actually meant to fight that.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I would have the option to auto resolve. I just saw the auto resolve button and I didn't look at anything else. I was like, okay, just.
No, I think I may have clicked auto resolve.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's on you. I was saying that I meant to click the battle button.
Yeah, I was pretty sure I didn't.
Yeah, no, that's not on you, man.
Okay, cool. They did have a cannon, although that's not the nastiest thing the dwarves can have. Did you not take it?
I sacked it.
Okay.
And I will take it now. Where'd my other army go?
Literally right there.
On my screen it was hiding behind it, so.
Oh, okay.
And now I will occupy it. Nice. It is now all sorts of occupado.
Occupado, bro.
Occupado, bro. And we will put you into foster terror. Some growth and some corruption. Yay! Growth and corruption! Hey! Hey, everybody! He's resorting to guerrilla warfare. Yeah, you know things aren't going well when you're like, you know what?
Take to the hills!
We've considered all possible battle methods, and our plan is to not fight them.
Honestly, every time a superior force takes somewhere, the guerrilla, like the people resisting the invaders, their automatic response is always go to the hills. I'd really like to see an invading force invade, and then instead of going to the cities, just go to the hills and go, your move, what now?
The problem is then you're on the hills.
And then,
you're just
yeah,
on the hills.
And then suddenly you're the guerrilla force, and you're like, shit, we're a what are we doing up here, man?
This is accomplishing nothing.
Just got units sitting up on the hills, standing there, feeling like, well, now we're
now this is where we live now, I guess.
Yep.
This is awful.
This is great for a joke, but in actual practicality, it's terrible.
You know. Ooh, the Curse of Undeath. Resurrect dead combatants. Heals injured before resurrecting. Greatly replenishes hit points of combatants. Duration, constant, target self, affects allies in range. Target if undead, active if casting. So when I cast, I just start bringing people back to... Fuck, yes!
What's this?
The Curse of Undeath.
Who's... What is it?
Fritz von Karstein, the Strigoi.
He has an ability, or a...
See you, Plakia! Sleep well! He has a spell.
Ooh, I didn't know about... I haven't got that far with the... I should play some vampires again sometime.
I mean, that seems pretty cool. So we're gonna see what that does in actual practice.
Yes.
Yes.
It's good, yeah.
Then we're gonna march Manfred over to Kazrid.
Oh, Manny!
Dice is turned off in-game purchases in Battlefront 2. Huh. Okay. But if a superior force results to guerrilla warfare, it becomes territory size siege, and you grind the locals down to desperate compliance. The problem with that is generally when you take the hills, it's shit for supply lines. That's why you take to the hills as a guerrilla force, tactically. You take to the hills because it is hard to travel there for the larger force.
Yeah.
You know the land better than the invading force, so you can hide and escape direct conflicts. And it is advantageous for a smaller force to do hit and run tactics, again, because hills, hard to move, and large armies generally have supply trains. So for a large army to come in, not take the cities, which is where they get the loot and the benefit of invading, and to take the hills, means that they would then have to build those hills into like a fort or a city with the supplies they brought, and at that point, you've basically conquered the hills at no real benefit to yourself. So it's not a great plan, which is probably why it hasn't been done.
Mm-hmm. Best thing an invading army can do is take a port.
Yeah.
Depending on the situation, you know, kind of thing. But taking a nice big port, always good.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about strategic value benefits immediately for an invading army, taking ports is always very beneficial because you one, get the ability to resupply yourself, assuming you have a navy, and you choke trade from your opponent, which is always very nice.
Yep.
And anytime you can take a military structure like a fort or a base or anything like that is always beneficial. One, because you've taken it away from them, so they no longer have whatever military benefit it has, and now you have the defensive benefit of taking one of those buildings.
Honestly, back when it was back when it was like muskets and bows and swords and stuff, like the best thing you could do when invading is pretty much just let them retreat to their fort and then surround it, because then at least you know where they are.
Yeah, and then they start to death.
As Napoleon will tell you, not knowing where an army is can be quite problematic.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the simple fact is, before the era of mass communication, knowing where your enemy was incredibly important. And the silliest thing that most people did during warfare was they would literally just go hide in their castles and, you can't get us. Yeah, I can't. However, I have a whole bunch of supplies. Do you? And the answer to that question was often no. And then the guys in the castle just lost because they would starve for a while and then they would give up. Or the answer was, yes, we also have supplies, and then they would both sit there for a while, and either the invaders would run out of supplies and they would starve and then just leave, or the defenders would wait for reinforcements and then they would fight.
The only reason to hold out in a siege is if you have an allied army in the vicinity who can disrupt the enemy, you know, or who can kind of distract or cause a little bit of chaos, like that kind of thing, you know.
Well, or if you did basically what the Russians did during World War II, which is salt the earth behind you and keep backing up to the point where what the Muslims did in the Second Crusade. In the Second Crusade, what they did was, after they had conquered... No, I'm sorry, Third Crusade. After they had conquered Jerusalem, the combined forces of the English, the French, and what was left of the German armies sailed to Acre, or Acre, however it's said, took another city that the Muslims had taken, and were marching towards Jerusalem with a giant army. And they had beaten Saladin. Yeah, for once, the combined army actually managed to beat Saladin, and were marching towards Jerusalem. So they poisoned every drinking well between Jerusalem and where the Christians were. Just poison them all. So they're like, yeah, you know, we're not going to win this fight, but you have no drinking water. So
it's basically a dick move to everyone, but you know.
Yeah, but I mean, they had water inside the city, so you know, they fortified Jerusalem. They stayed in the city, and they said, "Listen, you can come attack us if you want, but you're going to be marching through the desert with no water." And so that's why, even though the Christians claim the Third Crusade as their victory, I mean, all they did was capture a couple of forts and I think one major city, but not Jerusalem, because they poisoned all the wells.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, I had to say this to someone once. Watching The Kingdom of Heaven is not a solid background for saying you have historical knowledge of that.
No, it's not. Some malignant thing dares to challenge you. A message sent from somewhere in the Grey Mountain once warns you to stay away and keep your Sylvian slums or face the great enchanter. Raise dead cost -15. War fervor. It shall be ash. No thing, living or dead, should dare challenge us. It shall be ash.
It shall be ash.
Need camera angle, bud? What you talking about, Willis?
What do you what do you get in the end? Do you get a zombie dragon with Manfred?
Yes.
Is that his end mount?
I don't know. I'm actually just going to auto resolve this.
On purpose this time.
On purpose this time.
I think he means your face cam. Like, is it at a new angle?
No, but I switched to OBS Studio, so while it is not a new angle, it is not inverted like it was in the old OBS. And additionally, I had to mess with the green screen for the capture and everything, so it probably looks a bit different.
Green screen of love.
I'm tired, forgive me. Cleaned my entire room, tried to rearrange it. It did work out, rearranged it back. Oh, didn't work out, and rearranged it back. Tired. Well, I'm sorry that you're so tired, man. But think of all the exercise you got by rearranging everything.
The exercise?
The exercise. Alright, Carrick Kadrin is destroyed.
Yep.
No longer will those dwarvy bastards haunt us.
Karakadrin have been obliterated. There is nothing left apart from the echoing laughter of thirsting gods.
It's true, you know.
Yeah.
Them thirsting gods. Always so thirsty.
They so thirsty.
Also, dog shit on the floor. Oh, sad times.
Shit on the floor. Gotta get shrifty in here. You know, I feel like sometimes creators, people who create things, you know, kind of entertainment and stuff like that, they almost I'm not going to claim that they need to shut up and not say anything and all that kind of stuff, but it can legitimately ruin what they've made when they actually open their mouths and like put opinions out there. Because you're like I kind of enjoyed Rick and Morty, you know, like it was alright. And then I watched that fucking meltdown the dude had, where he was like, is it Chris Harmon or I can't remember. He had a meltdown where he claimed like 50% of the country was Nazis, and I was just like, you know, it just it shades your opinion of what you're watching when you remember. It just sticks in your head, you know. I thought about that because I was singing that bloody Swifty song from.
So
My go, my go.
Von Karstein is at war, or is going to war with Wissenland.
Okay.
And they would like, or no, my ally has been attacked. You know what? Yeah, sure. I'm not gonna let my ally be attacked.
Wissenland, I believe, aren't that much of a threat. Like, they're not too bad.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Hey, the dwarves would like a peace treaty. Sure, buddy.
Okay. I will note that
dwarves
down.
You went to war with?
Yeah, yep, yep.
They're not at war with me anymore.
Okay. They haven't attacked me, they've just sat there. I guess they're trying to deal with other people, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I kind of compartmentalize between the things people create and the people themselves.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And I do a lot for the time too. It just depends on the extent to which they go.
Yeah,
nuts.
I mean, my thing is, if they let their personal opinions color what they create, it annoys me. For example, I really like the Sword of Truth book series.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a very good book series, but at about the 4th or 5th book, the writer has some very obvious political leanings, and writes the story to support those opinions, about, you know, the crushing weight of capitalism, or excuse me, the crushing weight of communism and things like that. And you know what? It's fine, but it's like a very, very clear, like, political opinion that he has that he's writing to. It's like, dude, keep that shit out of a fantasy novel, man. Just like, give me swords and wizards. I don't need fucking political commentary right now. That's not what I want. Even if I, like, agree with your opinion, it's not. It doesn't need to be here right now.
And then Starlon killed all of the really nice people who liked money, and he was totally a dick. Am I right, guys?
Am I right, guys? He used his wizard power to red to destroy everything. You know, but sorry, hold on. GamerAdK, continuing the siege topic. Remember Genghis Khan, who would show his advance, or slow his advance the closer he got to his city, and would let the civilians tear each other apart while he sat happy on his ass outside eating whole feast. That is true, GamerAdK. Genghis Khan also did a number of things. He used a shit ton of propaganda.
Yep.
Like, it's one of the reasons why Europe writes about Genghis Khan as being like the worst person on the planet, is because he gleefully spread that rumor himself. Now, he did some really super heinous shit, don't get me wrong, but a lot of the rumors that Europe spoke about him was stuff that he literally just started.
Yeah.
So he would go into a city, and this was brilliant tactically, and he would give them the option of surrendering or dying. You know, surrender or be conquered. And in the beginning, no one would choose surrender because these are heathens from the plains. They're on horses. What the hell are they going to do?
Yeah.
And so he would conquer them. He would kill the old and the young because they weren't of benefit. Kill the leaders. Take the craftsmen and the people who were worthwhile. That's what he would do if there wasn't another city to go siege. If there was a city to go siege, he would take the people that he wasn't personally going to use and give them an option. You can serve in my army or you can die. Most people chose serving in the army. Then those folk got to go in front of his army, unarmored and unarmed, and he marched them towards the city in front of his army. And told them if they fought and lived, they would be free, and if they didn't, they would die. So you would see, like, by the 3rd city, Genghis now has waves of civilians, you know, from these other cities, and the people in the cities know, like, because he would let people go, like, purposely let people flee to the next city and tell them the horrors that he had just inflicted on the previous city. So now you've got hundreds of your countrymen marching at you in, like, a blood frenzy, because, you know, they haven't been allowed to eat and they've been marching. You've been told that Genghis just, like, beheads people and puts them on spits and, you know, makes giant skull statues. And then you're given the option to either surrender or have to kill a whole bunch of your own countrymen before even getting to the Mongols. So entire full cities would just surrender, like, without fighting. They wouldn't fight at all. They just go, "Oh God, we're terrified. Take our city." Like, it was effing brilliant. Again, some heinous shit, but that was effing brilliant. So
I'm trying to find a story. It's about a Japanese general, or yeah, you know, kind of
any generic Japanese general or a specific Japanese.
There was a specific one. I heard a story about a Japanese general who, while charging the enemy with his troops, beheaded himself to inspire his army, and it worked.
It doesn't seem like a thing that would work, but what do I know?
Well,
I mean, it did work, so I mean, history says it did.
Yeah, I mean the kind of Japanese way back when take on, like, you know, death and bravery and stuff, like.
Yeah, I recall.
I could honestly see that being effective.
Yeah, see, but the problem is, one of the big issues that Japan had during the Warring States era is that one failure meant your general was killing himself.
Yeah.
So you had all of these noble lords who were the inheritors of the land and the leaders of the army and the people who were educated, because that's how their system worked. These people were literally just killing themselves after one battle, whether or not it was actually their fault.
Not even battle, like, just
like,
they
yeah,
spill
so
they spill the fucking
failures
tea,
as well.
and, you know, they're gone.
Yeah, so you had you had a ruling class that took dying for your cause as a noble thing to do. So you had all of these people literally just murdering themselves or committing seppuku. And, like, that causes a giant brain drain to your entire society.
But
like, when your educated class is murdering themselves after one mistake, like, that is not a good way to culturally proceed forward. And it led to a shit ton of wars, because you'd have one mistake and your general would kill himself, so then the family becomes unstable, so it's the neighbors come and attack you. Or he was the heir that you had been training since he was, like, 7 to be the heir, and his brother had been, like, fucking off in a monastery and fucking sluts or something. And you're like, well, your brother fucked up a battle, so guess it's you now.
You do find a lot of sluts in monasteries, to be fair.
I mean, what else are you gonna do in monasteries? I'm not a monk, how the hell would I know?
Oh, well, that's gonna be that happening. Okay, cool. Cool.
What happened, buddy?
Stuff. It's cool. Nothing.
The way you're saying it doesn't make me think that it's actually just stuff that's cool.
It's stuff. It's cool. It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
See, here's the thing, though. I'm not sure I believe you.
It's stuff. It's cool. It's nothing.
I mean, I still don't believe. Now you're marching down to Springs of Eternal Life. Are you just hoping that you'll be able to kill that army and get some food?
I guess.
Are you still starving?
Yeah, it's on zero food for the past lots of turns, and not gonna lie, it's -3 still. I haven't managed to get it positive, so Don't know what's happening to these rats, but they're dying. They're all dying.
1, 2, 3, 4.
But to be fair, like, having said that, Japan's just a lot more stark about that kind of thing. That kind of shit happened in Western civilization and Middle Eastern civilization as well. You know? Like...
Well, it's... So
and
it definitely happened in Middle Eastern civilization and European civilization. It just wasn't as codified.
Yeah, no, it was
and it wasn't the honorable path, right? It wasn't you screwed up, so kill yourself.
Well, there was quite a bit of that.
Well, it was like the ways to redeem your honor weren't like. The only way to redeem your honor wasn't like ritual suicide.
No, it was usually like just being executed or whatever, you know.
Yeah, it wasn't. I'm going to do this myself because I want to regain my honor. It was you fucked up. I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
But that was generally reserved for people who either didn't have enough influence to stop it from happening, or had just enough influence to be a risk to the person with more influence.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is like in the Japanese culture, because it was viewed as an honorable way, like it was redeeming your honor to do it. It was encouraged, like after a mistake, like you dishonored yourself or you dishonored your family or whatnot, so kill yourself. And that led to a lot of issues. Not saying that people with power murdering other people with power didn't lead to issues in other cultures. It certainly did.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, Japan is one of the few people that codified it near as much and made it a self choice.
I mean, it was culture thing. Basically. Yeah. You know, that's the.
Alright, one of your spies who flits between the courts of mortal men seems to be straying from his appointed task. He is a being that still breathes but craves the red kiss. Perhaps a visit is in order to remind him who he serves. If I give him a whiff of immortality, hero action cost -20. If I give him the stick, hero action success plus 10%. Snap his neck! Whoop! Nice! Oh, Dildo Shitman has gained Carrion as a follower. Also, break his neck again.
Also, something to consider on that front. I believe.
Sorry.
I believe I read a. The Shogun novel is great book. I'm not sure how accurate it is, because it is still a work of fantasy
fiction.
Yeah. But I do know that I believe when Japan invaded Korea, one of the times, maybe both times.
Mm-hmm.
Really? You're doing this to me?
Yes.
They're like right above me, and I'm already at war with enough people.
Sorry, you've got gold.
You didn't have to. You didn't have. Oh, you're going just for that province? you didn't have to call me in, dude.
I didn't have to.
Oh god. But yeah, I believe the Japanese unified army at the time that went to invade Korea was big. I think it was bigger than the total population either of London or of England, probably of London at the time. Which is just ridiculous. Like the army was bigger than the population of London, I think.
Yeah, Llewellyn, you're 100% right. Just like chivalry and the code of knights and everything gets super romanticized
by the Americans.
By Americans. The samurais do the exact same thing. And I would say Americans are 100% about fantasizing other cultures as being just without fault, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Because it's just not true historically. People are people pretty much no matter where you come from.
Oh yeah.
And yes, Llewellyn, you're 100% correct. Generally, when they chose the path of seppuku, it was because they failed in such a way that they were worried that they were going to be executed, and if they got executed, then they died without their honor. But there were certainly a number of cases where where execution was not a concern. That they just simply chose seppuku because culturally their honor was so important to them that they had to maintain it. And it caused issues. The Wissenland would like a peace treaty with me.
They're getting don't do it. They're getting messed up by your allies, so they're like, oh no, actually maybe not. So just let your allies go nuts, basically, and you'll have a stronger vassal.
Good call.
Yeah. I like how I'm still helping you after you royally fucked me. I'm like, yeah, here's tactical advice when you're like, I want this gold, so I'm going to declare war on Sheepdog's neighbours. And
think about it this way.
Okay, I can't wait for this.
They're pretty weak where you are.
They are not.
Now, you can just go attack more orcs and get food.
They literally have a huge fucking block of they have like double my size and triple my size in land. So I can only assume they have a shit ton of,
No, it's...
Oh, fuck, I'm screwed.
You're fine.
Have you not seen what I can see?
Haven't looked down your way.
Okay, so if you go to my place... on the left, we have... to the north, we have the orcs, who I'm sure will be coming down momentarily.
No, I'm sure it's fine.
On the left, we have a full stack of vampires, who are just outside.
Right, you have a full stack of dwarves.
Yeah, they just turned up. I didn't see them till now. Fuck, I think is the.
You, my friend, are not in a good place.
I'm not. No, this is a very.
Luckily, there is another group of Skaven. So when you eventually get wiped out, we'll just save the game, and then when you come back, you'll just select that group. No one will notice.
Yeah, I mean... It's not feeling good right now, I'm not gonna lie.
Ooh, no, probably not. Probably not feeling too great.
I was doing well, man. Like, things were good, and then you just kept declaring war on people and...
Oh, you cannot blame this on me. You declared war on the undead, then got your shit pushed in by them, and now you're in a terrible position. You can blame the orcs on me, but the orcs have yet to do anything to you.
Yeah, no, that's
true. When the orcs show up and fuck you in the ass, that butt pounding, that's on me. Until then, this is entirely your own fault, sir.
God damn it.
Are you mad that I just made a cogent point?
I mean, I'm always mad when you make a cogent point.
Yeah, I know, me too.
See you later,
Kellerman. Well, buddy.
No problem for the stream. Although technically I'm not streaming, so don't know how much credit I can take for that.
Whose fault are the dwarves? That would be Sheepdog's fault.
Yeah. No, actually they declared war on me.
Yeah, because... What just happened?
I don't know.
Oh, I got hosted. Yay, Bloody Countess, thank you for the host.
Woo! Hey there! Welcome to this thing.
Well, welcome to this thing we're doing. It's a thing, and we're doing it.
Like, if I was anyone else, aside from the Skaven, I think I could pull this back. It would be very difficult.
Starving, you'd be able to pull it back. I think that if like your lack of food makes your leadership poopy.
Oh, it really
Yeah.
does.
You've got a real problemo.
I can't see my other army has unfortunately taken a lot of hits, and coming back anywhere is going to we're going to keep getting screwed. I'm not going to get back in time to defend my capital or that place. So, yeah, I think I'm fucked, dude. I can't see a way out of this. If it was just the vampires, I reckon I could have sorted it. Those dwarves turning up out of nowhere, however, has screwed
we
me.
won't know until we know. And if you get fluffed, well, that'll just be the end of the Vampire Ratman series. It will end with you getting fluffed, and we can start something else.
Yay! What would you like to do next? Do you have any ideas?
You know what? I hate them, but I haven't played them yet. So I might do the High Elves.
Interesting. I don't know who I'd be. I could be High Elves as well, actually.
Yeah, I mean, we could start off actually near each other, so we could actually, you know, tactically assist each other.
The High Elves are amazing. I don't want to put too fine a point on it.
High Elf, Wood Elf series?
Not a massive fan of the Wood Elves, to be honest.
And you would have to play them because I don't have that DLC.
I'm not even gonna.
Oh, that's so not good. Did you try to make peace with them?
Yeah,
Yujoon, give your Ghoul King a zombie dragon instead of a whole stack of bats and sheepy if he keeps bitching. A whole pack of bats is how we got into this problem.
Yep.
The High Elf Legendary Commander has the best strategic abilities of any in-game. Nice. You know what? I might do orcs. I don't know. I just think the next time we play, we should probably do something that's a little bit closer together.
Sure.
So we can actually like provide benefit to each other.
If you
right now we're basically just playing a very slow single player game. That's all we're basically doing.
You know, the banter really is the it's.
I mean, that's the selling point for entertainment. I just like if we were closer together, I would have been able to do something about your situation.
Okay,
I would have been able to actually like bring an army and help you.
So I've got a rebellion coming along in my other province where we're not being attacked yet. So I think I've got nothing I can do here.
I think you have to fall back to your rebellion province, kill the rebellion army, get food, hope you don't die.
I mean, I'm already back on minus food. Like I from that attack, I got 15 food, and that doesn't even take me out of starving. Like I'm fucked, dude.
Yeah, it does kind of seem like you're super boned.
Like, if we keep going, it will literally just be me putting off my defeat.
Okay, I mean, do you want to call it here?
I think we should. Yeah,
and move on to a new army.
I think we should admit defeat here. To be honest, there's nothing I can do.
What's this we stuff, Kimosabi?
Well, I mean, you know, in general, like, I think we should admit that I'm defeated.
I agree that we should admit that you are defeated.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're defeated. You're doing well. It's fine. I think dual high elf could be fun if you're willing to give them a chance.
I will look past my hatred of all things elves and give the high elves a go if you'd like to do that.
Okay, well let me just do a quick thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the series. Sorry I suck so much. First time I've said that playing Warhammer with Yujoon.
I stole all Sheepy's skill. He gave me all the advice, then forgot how to play himself. Then he picked a fight with lots of people, and he got really bad things happened to him.
Links will be in the description for Yujoon if you want to check him out. I suggest you do. He's awesome. And we'll see you in the next one where we'll be both people cocks!
Bye.